Well, hello there guys, we're fighting the Battle of Longstop Hill, but this time we're going to be playing as the Germans. So remember, this is actually once again a sort of mission taking place in the wilds of Africa. Actually, this is Northern Africa, of course, and we are playing as the Germans, trying to hold off what looks like a British attack. Now, we've got some really nice trenches here, so I'm going to keep a lot of these guys on top of these actual hills. I think this is actually going to work out better, although with this group, I'm actually going to move them a little forward here, just to the front, just to make sure they absolutely get the best shots. And let's hope that this goes well, guys. Remember, we're actually defending against a British force. We don't know what to expect. We just know that the Brits are not happy with us and have just decided to go ahead and launch a major attack against us. So I'm hoping we're doing the right decision here by keeping these guns out in front. But without further ado, let's jump to the battle. Alright guys, so we finally have contact out here, and as you can see, the place is so foggy. It's really hard to see what's going on, although I do see what looks like probably a British Bren gun over here. Oh man, that is a lot of Brits on the ridge there, so I'm hoping that our trenches will hold out here for a while. Our men just spotted these guys, and I was really tempted to actually go on a counterattack and try to destroy this here, but look at that AT gun. Already hit the first Bren. That thing is destroyed. That Bren carrier is completely destroyed. But we've got even more British contacts all over the place here. So I think at this point we just need to hold out. It looks like we have plenty of mortars to go around. So for now, I'm going to start firing them. Unfortunately, the enemy has some explosive artillery here. And in fact, it's incendiary. Pretty damn effective as well. It's just slamming into our men at this point. So we're going to keep on firing over here. And at this point, I'm going to take these guys over here and basically just aim over here on the right arc of the field. I'm going to look around, make sure there's no enemies behind me, because believe it or not, I've had the British actually attack from behind many times in this game. And look at all of those reinforcements. So I'm going to start moving the reinforcements up over here. I didn't think I would need them, but now I'm starting to think maybe might be a good idea to bring them up. We might be having a major battle here, depending on what the Brits want to send at us. But with this kind of artillery barrage, I think they're going to go for something big, guys, to be honest. Like a major breakthrough. Hopefully we can get back in those trenches. And, oh, such brave men still fighting on. Firing the MG42. Not sure if it's going to be enough, though, to stop the Brits, but we'll have to see. At this point, he's still getting some pretty good shots off. And if we could get some more kills on some Bren guns, that would be excellent. Or Bren carriers, excuse me. It's another explosion. I think that's got to be white phosphorus. Has to be. Alright, Langemann. Fire over here, yeah. I think he's pretty much blinded by the white phos. Let's hope that he can see that infantry unit off there in the distance. Now, this area is completely smoked up from the artillery, and also I think they're definitely using incendiary rounds for sure. At this point, it's almost impossible for them not to be. Let's see how the rest of our army is faring coming down this huge hill. I could have put them on the front lines, but I really didn't want to expel too many of our fine German troops. Of course, now they are headed straight to the battlefield, and it looks like we've got a lot of support on the way. So let's hope they can make a difference here. Now, I did send a truck out, believe it or not, in a kind of scouting attempt. I tended to do this, but this guy got stuck, so I'm going to try to back up a little bit. This always happens in the trenches. Back up, nets. And we're actually going to take Hadel, move him behind the trenches as a commanding officer, so I don't want him getting hurt. And I'm going to take another unit, maybe one of these more wounded units, and just go on an absolute run down the hill to see what the hell is going on down here. Sometimes you just have to be crazy. And some of our men are already going towards the farm, so I'm going to start firing that way as well. Come on, Stosh, don't be a fool. Get down. At this point, the enemy's either regrouping or they've just realized that this is not a very good idea. They're going to get wasted pretty quickly here. And I think this is going to have to go to a ceasefire pretty soon, unless they've got a much larger force than they're leading on here. Alright, so there's definitely Germans down that road. Come on, men. Don't let us down. Alright, so I'm going to try to take these units right here. Target the enemy. Looks like we either have some mortars or some machine guns, maybe a mix of both. Let's see if we could just waste these guys, especially at this distance. I think this should be enough, at least like 1,000 meters, but probably enough to get a kill or two. There's more of that nasty, nasty incendiary explosive. I want to get up close here and see what the Brits are doing. And it looks like right now they're just kind of holding out. So this could definitely be a relief effort, maybe waiting for some reinforcements. And considering the amount of men we have, that's definitely a possibility. And they've got something else back here. What have you got here? These are mortars, Vision. No way they can hit us from all the way out there. Just absolutely impossible. But could be mounting for an attack. And look at that. We got more Brits on the line. Hope these trenches hold out. Keep it up, lads. Oh, no, wait. Where's the Germans? I mean, keep it up, men. Kill them all. We're actually getting some great downhill fire at these guys now with these units that just stopped. We've got to keep that up. Just get that those tracer rounds downhill and just absolutely eliminate any British in this sector. Of course, they've got plenty of arty here. And this seems to be the issue in this particular DLC. Is actually that this is actually Longstop Hill, is that you do get a lot of artillery attacks, which really sap your men's forces pretty quickly. But eventually, you get a little bit of relief. But you got to get the game, obviously, to find out what that is. Let's go ahead and pause here. And once again, I'm just taking cover so that our men can keep firing. Keep it up, Ben. I want to make sure Wetzel is aiming in the right direction here. There we go. Let's get a closer look. Looks like our men have got to go to the rifle range a little more often. And the enemy's firing with that wonderful weapon. Somebody name it in the comments. Let's see if anyone can. Let's take these artillery pieces and put them up here on the hill. And man, we've definitely spotted the honeypot, as it were. And now our men are just going to work on this entire area. This is definitely a British attack, full out. And at this point, they're bringing in reinforcements to see if they can't sort of help push the line. So I hope they start running at us. At this point, though, we're getting some pretty good mortar attacks here on them as well. So if we can keep this up and get some kills, I'm going to be a very, very happy German commander. Alright, let's see. Do we have any more? I think we got all of our guys off the hill, except for maybe one gun, and we'll keep that guy behind just in case all shit goes absolutely crazy and we end up losing the battle. I think it's unlikely, but anything could happen at this point. So just keep firing, men. Oh, there's that nasty enemy mortar fire, and that's not artillery fire. That's definitely mortar fire, absolutely 100%. So they're getting close with some heavier stuff for sure. Alright guys, you move up here. We've got more enemy Bren carriers here. I really hope that our guns start spotting them. In fact, let's take a look at where these guns are. So we've got Panzner, Metzler, and Brodke. They should all be able to take out these two vehicles at this distance. Oh man, we've got another vehicle even closer. What can we use to take it out? Herzl. Let's see if Herzl is able to take this guy out at all. And I actually want to get a look at Herzl's position to see if he's even in a good spot. Doesn't look like he's even looking at the enemy. Of course, you guys know how gravitating tactics can be. Sometimes, for the order to get through, it can take quite a while. And Neumann as well should be firing at that unit. I think Neumann might be aiming at him. There we go, baby. Of course, he completely missed, but he's got the idea. Let's get a close-up here on Neumann. He's not exactly aiming where we want him to once again, so I'm going to try to guide him in the right direction here. And of course, a few of his men have already been taken out, about 3, so they've only got 2 guys on the gun. I'm not exactly going to be surprised if he doesn't do an incredible job, but he got pretty close on that one. Keep it up, son. You can do it for Deutschland. Oh, man. So damn close. He's definitely getting some kills on the infantry. One way or another. Let's see. Make sure the infantry is not getting too close over there. It's just taking him a lot longer to reload with that lack of a loader, essentially, for this entire unit. Let's take a look here. I do see some burning. I mean, no, he's fine. Although, 2 guys in the back, I believe, are dead in this vehicle. If I'm not mistaken, unless they're just resting comfortably. Yes, they're definitely down. The officer might actually still be alive, but no, I think he's either seriously wounded or dead. Shall not give this ground up, guys. We definitely can't let the British take Longstop Hill. This must remain our land. And there we go, guys. He's getting even closer. Look at this freaking Bren carrier. Now, the guys right near the Bren carrier are getting shot up very easily. But nonetheless, I don't like the fact that we've got an enemy Bren carrier directly close to us. Let's see if we can target him over here. One of these guns has got to be able to spot this guy. And he's still firing, so he's absolutely still doing some damage. Guys like Geyser, all the guys coming in over here. Look at all those Brits. Alright, man. What will you do in this situation? I think I should actually take Neumann and Metzler and try to kill these guys. Just maybe take Metzler and Schramm out and flank them a bit. But I know they're going to have some more of these Bren carriers over here, so I'd rather just stay back and essentially play the coward. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. We actually have some cover in these olive groves. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, but our men are still getting some excellent shots with these machine guns, and I think it's what might be saving us at this point and not letting the British actually pass. There's some beautiful artillery from our own men. So we've definitely got some dead Brits over here. Just look at all of them. I would not want to be any of these guys on an open field in the middle of that, well, the top of Africa, rather, on a hot day like today. It just would not be a good idea. But at this point, I'm just concentrating all of my fire at that location. And it's working pretty damn well. The only thing that's not working well are our guns. We could get them closer, but I think it's a really risky maneuver. So for now, these guys are staying right where they are. And just keep up the excellent shooting, men. Eventually, the British will wear themselves out. You should imagine how long these actual battles could go on for. Unbelievable stuff. And a lot of respect for the men that fought in World War II. Not the Germans, though. I guess you can't have much respect for them. At least the ones that didn't know what was going on. So nice to see here a bunch of dead Brits. They're definitely stuck. They're definitely held down. I think if they moved up with their Bren carriers, they might actually stand a chance at breaking our lines. But if they just stay right where they are, they're not going to get anywhere. And they're absolutely better off surrendering. But they are quite a stubborn enemy. And it's going to be hard to actually get them to give up. What's this, Kirchner? You're all the way back here? You think you can move back there? Oh, hell, Lieutenant, there's no way. Moving Kirchner up and Stock as well. Look at that machine gun. We need more. Looks like we might have just lost a man here. No, he's okay. Just taking cover. And I can't believe there's still no ceasefire agreement from the enemy. We're absolutely bombarding them with a tremendous amount of mortar rounds. Tremendous amount of machine gun fire. In fact, I think we might have just hit that guy, or about to anyway. And this is looking much more like the Somme than like North Africa. Still trying to kill those Bren carriers. I really was hoping not to end the battle without destroying them, and it looks like, thankfully, Neumann is still firing, but I'm not sure how long he's going to continue this for. Let's see. Nice hit. That might have been a kill right there, or at least a very close hit. did some damage. No, everybody inside's just fine. Reload, Numan. At least we're getting some decent shots on this guy. There we go. That had to be a kill. Absolutely had to be. And sure enough, she's on fire, guys. Newman got it. Absolutely amazing shot there. And it looks like the gunner, it's kind of creepy, but I think he's still alive. It's burning up, and he's not getting out of the tank, or the Bren gun. There we go. He finally got out. Although I don't anticipate good things for him. Right now, I don't think I've ever had such a good massacre. I'm really hoping, and I think that the enemy's casualties are going to be far higher than our own. But again, right now, it's just hoping. It's just hope. The enemy did throw a lot of very, very, very dangerous explosive artillery at us, but we'll see what it actually does here. There we go. Nice shot. Nice. Looks like we might be getting some decent accidental kills here from exploding enemy vehicles, which is always a good thing. Definitely killed a few of them. Let's get right in here in the center of the trenches. Well, actually the center of the olive grove to see what's going on. It's just amazing to see how many of our men are fighting here, and even with the incoming artillery. It's all the British have right now. They're trying to blow us out of the olive groves. It will not happen. Oh, come on, Britain. You're massacring your men at this point. Give up while you still can. Starting to see where those possible mortar crews could be. Again, it could just be a machine gun, but you never really know. Keep it up, man. At this point, I really want to do my counterattack, but I don't think I've ever had such a good defensive battle, so I'm staying put. I mean, our men are firing. They don't seem to be scared. The morale seems to be pretty high, considering they're in a serious battle here, and I think we're going to keep it up. We seem to be outshooting the Brits. Again, I could be wrong. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am, as evidenced by just all of the damage we've done here. 1 Bren carrier, 2 Bren carrier. We want to get another 2, perhaps, if we could. It would be nice. But we've already taken out all those Bren carriers. They're burning up. There's a few Bren carriers, or maybe tanks. Oh, no. That looks like tanks moving up, guys, there. I don't know if you see them on top of the hill. So I'm actually going to turn these guns at those tanks, and I am going to readjust fire. Hopefully, we get them before they get us. I hope you boys are ready for this. Let's take a look here. Oh, they don't look friendly at all. And these guys can definitely break our line. They actually brought these tanks in so far ahead than when they should have. They should have been bringing these tanks in just a long time ago. At this point, you're just seeing tanks coming in way too late. Of course, at the same time, maybe we're not going to be able to spot these guys. That would be horrific. So I really am hoping that our guns will eventually spot them. If not, they could become a serious threat to our men. Let's try to kill as many Brits as possible before we have to deal with those tanks. And at this point, we're taking this central area. I really want to kind of charge ahead, but since we've got the AT guns, I'm going to stay behind and also kind of hope that we hit some more of those Bren carriers. They're going to be absolute murder if we try to charge them. The same as just a heavy machine gun basically staying and firing at us. So I think we'll keep on shooting. We're in a pretty decent position. And look at that, we're still getting shots on the enemy. So this is good. What about you, Newman? Do you see the enemy tanks? Let's see if Newman can see the enemy tanks. This is basically Dead Man's Squad. And I don't think they're actually even following orders at this point. You men still fighting? These men need medical attention immediately. If we can hold these trenches, that's going to be an unbelievable victory. Come on, give up. At this point, I feel bad shooting the enemy. There's just so many going down. Boom. Nice artillery shots there, and that looked like an anti-tank shot. Whatever works, right? They're definitely terrified, no doubt about that. Surprised we haven't taken any prisoners yet. One thing about this campaign is very little in terms of taking prisoners. People rarely give up, I've noticed, which I kind of like, because actually the war in North Africa, despite being considered kind of a gentlemanly war with Rommel in charge, this sort of thing, it was quite bloody, and I don't expect that there were a lot of prisoners being taken, or even people willing to be prisoners. Again, I could be wrong, just speculation, but something to think about. Here we go, guys. I think we can finally get some shots on these tanks. I really hope so. Obviously, 2 dead tanks might bring the enemy a bit closer to considering a ceasefire, which I think is exactly what we need right now. That's definitely a one hit. Not sure if it took a track off or just a misfire, but you can see there a little bit of damage to the road. That's another one, and the track is off, guys. The track is off. Oh, maybe not. I've actually mistook that for a track. I guess not. Well, keep firing. A few really brave British soldiers that have made it all the way up here. Honestly, I just want them to give up. Gladly release them after capturing them back to their lines, just for the bravery. But war is not like this, I don't think. Now the enemy, you can see right here, the enemy artillery fire has done a number on our men. It's not like we've gotten out of this scot-free. We lost so many men in these olive groves to artillery fire. It's just unbelievable. So we really want to try to take these tanks out. Make sure everybody's focusing on those tanks. They give off so much exhaust. It's also probably the dust in the area, but these tanks in general give off quite a lot of exhaust, I've noticed as well, which just makes it a little harder to actually see them, although maybe a little easier to see them from the front. Come on, men. Don't just sit around. Don't know if Brodke can't see him or if he's just an idiot. Don't be afraid, men. Keep firing. Not all of you have trenches, but you will survive this battle. Oh, maybe not. I just saw some enemy guns over here. Yeah, we've got to be careful. I can see why there's no truce given. But let's kill those damn tanks. There we go. Nice shot on the tank. Although I'm guessing that frontal armor is a bit strong. We kind of hit it on the side. Give us a few more good shots. There we go. We could set this baby alight, guys. That's a nice hit on the side. We're definitely spotting them at this point. We just need consistent fire on these babies. Look at that exhaust. That exhaust is unbelievable. There we go. Man, they are strong. Oh, looks like we also got a nice shot over here. May have gotten some sort of arty shot on that position back there near the farm. There we go. That's got to be a kill shot. Secondary shot there. I mean, that was vicious, but he's still moving. I'm hoping we at least hurt the crew. At this point, they're getting a bit close, and I don't like that. They're also starting to drop smoke. Come on. This is your life, man. If they get close, you are dead. Come on. Oh, man. I think Metzler's out of it. Completely out of it. Oh, we definitely are getting some nice arty back here. What the hell is happening? Looks like they took out the other gun as well. We may have gotten one of them. Let's take a look here. Is that possible? I don't think that that's just a... Yeah, that's just a Brent carrier. I'm only spotting one at this point. That's because he's really close. I can see now. And most of the guns over here have been totally eliminated. Especially Bratke. He's blown to shit. And I think Metzler's also blown up. Although some nice hits here. Once again, these tanks are tough. And this might be what gets the British through to our lines. Is just using these heavy, heavy tanks. I'm not sure if they're Churchills or Matildas. I'm going to let the Grognards make the decision. Great shot there by Bratke. Come on, Bratke, you're still alive. Another beautiful shot right through the side armor. Now, this time we did take the tracks off, and she's on fire. That's what I like to see. Crewman's trying to escape here, but I'm glad to see one of them is down, and there's just fuel, burning fuel leaking from this thing. You better get away from this damn thing immediately. I think a surrender would be in order. Can't believe this tank commander is still alive. Men are trying to shoot him, but not getting very close. Alright, I actually hope that guy gets off the field. Not really. 100 Reichmarks to the first man who kills him. I'm not even sure that's a lot of money in that day and age. So at this point, we're still firing at this incoming tank. Boom, another hit. And there seems to be a British soldier really close to the tank, and I think it has also bailed. So that's excellent for us. 2 tanks bailed. Oh, we've absolutely wrecked the crew. And we want to try to hit that third one. I mean, that's 2 tanks down, guys. That's an excellent record, especially for a defensive battle. At this point, I think the end of this battle is going to be phenomenal. Make sure to always like, subscribe, comment on these videos if you enjoy them. We really are trying to increase the viewership on the channel, and these battles take quite a long time, as you guys can see. So please do support the channel, guys, as best you can. See if we've at least damaged this Bren gun. I think they're confused. They look a little confused. I'm amazed. More enemy soldiers, and they're still not giving up. Keep up that machine gun fire, boys. Back to the fighting men. I mean, this is an unstoppable front. It just doesn't end. The British keep pushing men forward. They just don't seem to understand that this is impassable. There's no way they're getting past us. Keep on firing. More incoming fire on them. And so you deserve it. Alright, I'm not seeing that third tank. I mean, at this point, all of those burning vehicles on the enemy side are enemy vehicles. I'm a little surprised they're not trying to go for a ceasefire right now, or even just a flat-out retreat, but I'll try to make sense of it somehow. And it looks like these tank crews, or these AT crews, might be back up to snuff. Some of the guys have gotten back up on the guns, so it could have just been a wound. Bratke's fine. I think Metzler is still in deep trouble. No, 3 guys on the gun. Pretty effective. And for Panzner, just about everybody's on the gun here. However, they are focusing on sort of unimportant units. I think we'd rather they focus on these Bren guns over here. So that's what I'm going to do. Although at the same time, they are being attacked by these units. So let's let them do what they need to do. And we'll also get these guys focused on that area as well. It looks like they've actually already taken the initiative, more or less. Junkers, protect them. wish they would realize they're not going to win this. Return firemen. I wonder if our men could be running low on ammunition with this much carnage. It's quite possible. No, their ammo's fine. It's not a problem at all. And seems to be even more Brits coming up here. Although now they're starting to change their tactic a little bit. They're trying to flank us. It's not working very well. We just need this battle to end right now. Almost tempted to pull back. In fact, in this campaign, as the Germans, you can pull back a little bit. The biggest reason I wouldn't is because this is the bottom of Longstop Hill. This is the top, of course. And if we have to fight here, we'd move back here. But at this point, I think I'm just going to stay put. If we do pull to the top of Longstop Hill, it's still almost impossible for the British to break through. It was a very, very tough battle, without a doubt. And that works to our advantage. However, I will hold the line for you, for my loyal viewers, and hopefully will hit that like button and share the video, of course. Now I'm sounding French. What's wrong with me? There we go, guys. Our men are being a little more careful with their machine gun fire. I think they're starting to feel a little bad. Although, look at that. Ooh, he's got an anti-tank gun. Is that an anti-tank gun? I think it is. I don't know what he's trying to do with it, but whatever's available, eh? Good idea, son. They're actually getting pretty close over here. There we go. Nice shot. Oh, he's still fine. These Brits are tough. Although I think he might be out for the count. Down for the count, I should say. Feuer. I don't want a single man to break this ridge. Unbelievable, I will tell you that. Looks like the enemy's got some more artillery they're going to fire at us. Still trying to break that line, maybe going for a second attack. I mean, this is incredible. I've never fought a battle in Gravity Tactics, I think, that lasted this long, or that was this crazy, I mean, to put it simply. Schumacher, where's your machine gun? If that's what you have, use it. So we're going to put Schumacher right here. I'm going to get him to a position where he can absolutely see the enemy. I hope he gets the idea. Go for it, boys. Alright, we've still got an operational MG42 here, even though everybody on the crew's dead, except for the gunner. That's pretty great. Oh, I think he's down now. Man! Told you those Bren guns were murder. And they certainly are. They're also getting a bit closer to our men. Although the gunner on top is dead. What the hell? This is a weird battle, my friends. I think often with this many casualties, that's exactly what happens. The battle just becomes strange, put it simply. There we go. Now you see that machine gun working? Beautiful. That's what we want to see. Come on, another belt of ammunition. How long does it take you to load, boys? There we go. Some nice machine gun fire. Alright, at this point, I'm actually going to take some guys and attack out of the olive grove. See if we can't find some enemies. I think my men are impatient, and with the reason. And at this point, we don't have really any usable guns. Not in particular to hold back the Bren guns. We're still going to hold on. Or hold back the, yes, the Bren guns, sorry. Let's move Panzer this way. And once again, amazed at a lack of a truce here, but they must have the manpower to continue the fight. They certainly still have one tank that's operational out here. So maybe there is some merit to falling back and getting a better position. But I just think while we hold the trenches, it's our duty to stand as great patriots to our nation. Good shot. Alright, so we're going to stick around, guys. Oh, I hope these boys can be saved. But that commander is definitely dead. I mean, those artillery bombardments really help the enemy. Let's hope it doesn't actually win them the battle. But I think if anything's going to win them the battle, it's the massive amount of actual Bren guns they have here. Workable ones as well. And if we can't take these guys out before they reach our lines, I think they're just as deadly as tanks. So let's hope that our machine gun fire alone can pierce the armor of this puny little car. But I don't think it can. In which case we have to retreat to Dija Ahmed, I believe is the name of the town. And hope for the best. Man, these are some brave guys. And they're definitely not stopping. Looks like we might have some anti-tank rifles. I'm really hoping we do. And I'm hoping that this gun can spot him from all the way out here. Don't know if he can. Does look like they're trying to zero in, though. Say, was it a good idea to put you on top here? I hope it was. So we put that guy on top of the hill in the beginning of the battle. Let's see if it pays off. Well, it looks like he might have killed one of them. Nice shot. Look at that. It's starting to pay off a bit. And it looks like one of the assistant gunners is down. So the rounds are definitely having some effect. And I think we can use our rifleman to shoot off the gunner eventually here. This thing's going to have to stop. There we go. Beautiful shot. It was a good idea to put that guy there. Although they are continuing ahead. And believe it or not, this guy still has a machine gun. I think the driver is the one that's dead. And the machine gunner is still in his position. So he's going to be rolling towards us with a machine gun, and I think he's going to be pretty pissed that his friends are dead or absolutely terrified. Let's see what happens here. Still a ton of enemies over there on that ridge. It never ends. I mean, it's still technically operational, it looks like. Oh no, this is another one. We've got another one, guys. Let's see how we deal with the second one. At this point, the gunner is fine, but the driver and the initial machine gunner are completely dead. So our rounds are definitely piercing this. Guess we might as well take another one out. Why not? At this point, I get the feeling like the AI has kind of turned into a kamikaze machine of sorts. Oh, that was a brutal shot. Did you guys see that? Absolutely brutal shot. I think that was an actual tank buster round that hit the driver, or I should say the gunner of that vehicle. So really nice work there. Let's keep up the fire. Come on, man. And the enemy's requesting a ceasefire. It's about time, guys. It's been a long fight, and I am ready and happy for a ceasefire. I do want to see the damage we did there in that central area, and the enemy absolutely did damage to us in the beginning part of the battle there, just bombarding the absolute hell out of us. But I wonder how many men they lost on this attack from the farm. I think it was just crazy, and any commanding officer in charge of that attack should be shot, or at the very least honorably discharged or dishonorably discharged. So it's a minor defeat. We still got a Knight's Cross, a Hero Award, and a Tank Destroyer Award. We killed 170 men, 87 heavily wounded. The enemy 90, 82 heavily wounded. Just an incredible battle. I'm gonna see if we can get a nice view of the area where we were firing all those machine guns, and a lot of downed soldiers, as you can see. I mean, this is pretty incredible stuff. Not all of them are showing up as black blips, but you can definitely see that this entire battlefield was covered with enemy soldiers. A few of them, of course, still alive, but in general, I think we did a really nice job here. And of course, just a number of different penetrating kills here. It looks like we did all right. We held our line at this point. We just need to, of course, defend it, and as you can see, we also took a tremendous beating. If you just look, we lost so many officers here, so this was definitely also a victory for the British. I think it was sort of should have probably been a draw, in my opinion. In this case, they killed a lot of our commanding officers, and that's going to hurt our actual command structure, but we also destroyed a ton of their vehicles. A lot of them just purely abandoned, a lot of them actually totally destroyed, including a ton of Bren carriers, so I think it's really going to help us, as well as that dead tank. I didn't think we were ever going to kill that thing, but it looks like that penetrating hit finally hit the fuel chassis, and that's what killed it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and of course, try and share this. We really want to get this out to the larger audience. Take care, guys. Have an awesome day.